Hello everybody and welcome to episode number 29 of Casting My Climb. We're in this game once again. So on the blue team we have Garen in the top lane, Graves is going to be the jungler, Aurora the mid lane, Zeri the bot carry, and Evia the support. On the red team we got Yorick in the top lane, Shaco's going to be the jungler, Syndra the mid laner, Sivir the bot carry, and Senna the support. So let's see how both teams handle this popular kind of playstyle, because right now we are going as well as we can go right now. So both teams setting up. Garen looking for a brush play here, gets on the side of the Yorick, who has to take this one on the chin right now, has to go for a bit of damage there, but not much about that really. And that is going to be the game gone there. However, right now we're in a position where I would say both teams can kind of show up what they really want to do here. However, not much going on right now. A bit of a slow start, which makes a lot of sense, honestly, right now. It's a bit of a slow, comfortable start here right now. No team really going in heavily on this one. Oh yeah, I did forget to point out, I am the Zeri in this game, so it's going to be an interesting look about this right now, how both teams will play this completely out of here. Neva gets rooted up by the Senna there, takes quite a bit of damage there, and has to back away. Had to use the heal as well, so pretty rough situation to be in right now if you are the Nivea there. Garen exchanges a bit of blow with the Yorick there. Senna is getting some good poke in here. That could be a big problem right now. However, in the mid lane, Aurora's going pretty heavy years, but Shaco comes in from the side, gets a one slap. There's the invis. And that gives the Aurora a chance to survive. Syndra does get a bit of a slam in there as well, so bit of an even situation, I would say, right now. Both teams looking for something about this right now. And that is going to be what we're going to see about this one. Aurora holding on, gets stunned there by the Syndra, but not enough to put her down. Shaco is going for a gank here. There's quite a bit of a play here. Yorick going for an invade here. Yorick comes in as well. Graves has to find a way out of this one. Already ignited by the Shaco. Has to jump away completely without any help whatsoever. There unfortunately gets rooted up there. Nothing about that really to be done. Oh, Garen comes in now, gets on top of the Shaco, quite a bit of something, but the trap does not. The Graves spit away. Garen gets on top of the Shaco. Shaco's trying to find a way out of this one. Garen is trying to hold on as much as he can. Flash from the Graves, gets out of dodge, and first blood for the Graves. 1-0 at about 3:10 on the clock, and oh, a lot of damage being put onto the Yorick, and Garen goes in with a double. That is a play there. And yeah. Right now, a bit of an awkward situation, to be honest, about this completely. Here, I think I make a bit of a mistake as the Zeri here completely. Should have probably recalled as well, but I was being greedy there because if I remember correctly, I wanted to pick up the... Yeah, I wanted to pick up the BF sword for the Storm Razor. That was kind of my vision point there. So I decided I would go for that, stack up as much as I can really right now. Not really much to be done about this right now, a bit even 2-0 for the blue team. Gives them about 1,200 gold lead right now, which is a good spot to be in if you are the blue team. Oh, Aurora goes in pretty heavily, gets a good bit of damage out of there, but not enough to threaten the Syndra really.
Die with me, brothers, and be free.
Garen gets jumped by quite a few, goes for the spin, gets on top of the Yorick, and Yorick doesn't really like this. Even though the ghouls were there for a bit, they did have to vanish there pretty much. With being spun out in somewhere. Oh, Aurora's putting more damage on top of this one. Quite a bit of jump here as well. And Shaco is... Seems like Shaco's is teasing a gank going in here. A bit of a stun onto the Senna. Not really the situation you really want to go in here. However, Senna pushes quite far forward. There is a chance to go for the place. There he comes in now. Shaco's on the side. They're getting on top of the Graves. Graves goes pretty far in there. Gets rooted up now. That's a bad situation to go in there. Graves is losing a lot of HP there. Shaco comes in there. Gets a pickup here. Nivea goes into the egg and not really much to threaten here as Zeri has to back away there. Shaco picks up the kill, and that is another point for the red team, who have almost even out the gold lead that was in the blue team's hand. Actually, it's pulled ahead of that one completely right now. And here's the thing, I understand that Anivia is not a bad support pick right now, but it's been like 1 or 2 patches since Anivia was like the strongest pick in 3 different roles. It's kind of moved away from that one, and I'm gonna be honest, this Anivia is not playing to the standards you would need to see from the Anivia to dominate the game, really. But I will point out this is the first game of the 7 stack I did on last Sunday. So we see how this one develops further out of this completely right now. Aurora. It's not like a bad, actually managed to dodge the stun there. It goes in between the worlds, but not enough to do much about that one. Amiga just throws in that stun on top of the spell shield of Sivir, which is a bit awkward, honestly. Another heal has been bounced out by the Anivia, so that's kind of a weird situation here. A bit of damage once again put on top of the Syndra. Shaco is pretty dangerous with the ganks right now. It has been threatening quite a bit in this game already, and I'm not too sure you really want to play around that. You want to play around this if you're the blue team. The red team, if the blue team. Oh, good stun onto the Aurora. Ult comes out of there, and Aurora does survive. Takes quite a bit of damage, but that's all good right now. And as you can kind of see about this whole situation right now, it's not looking good. The blue team is halfway sustaining themselves, but not really looking too good about that one. Oh, good slap on top of the Yorick, and now we're seeing Garen has to run away here completely, otherwise there could be quite a mess in this one. Graves going for something there. Has to dodge away there, but Yorick is going for the chase there. There could a chance there, trapped in there, and Yorick just puts him into the ground, and Garen kind of trapped in a bad situation there. Should probably be taken out as well. Goes for the up, does go through, and that's a double kill for the Yorick. That went completely wrong, that fight. 4-2 in favor of the red team. Have now about 1,000 gold lead. You can see both sides are just kind of bouncing around. Get both top players 2-1 already. Graves not having a good time. Shaco's not looking too good either, let's be honest about this one. Well, I'm saying Shaco doesn't look too good. That's a bit of a lie. Aurora doing quite well right now. Keeping up with Syndra there, especially with how Syndra can be kind of a bully in the lane. And Sivir and Zeri are exchanging, even though Sivir does have the 2 assists. I mean, as I said, I kind of understand where the Anivia is coming from. It's not really the pick I would put out for the best support pick. Well played with the flash there for the Yorick there. Garen had to use the flash as well, and still gonna go for more here. He does have the Damascene Justice, and no, it's barely enough. He's taking 1 tower shot, takes the second one, and he gets to live another day. The 3-1 on the Garen, so that's a bit of something here. On to the Zeri. Shaco is sitting on the Drake pit, so he could come around there. There's the option to have that happen here. However, right now the positioning is not really good. Graves is kind of running around. Anivia gets a bit of a block in there, but Zeri can't really fall up there with the Senna being where the Senna is right now. Just root up the Zeri once again there. Shaco has the traps placed in a good position there. Oh, Aurora is putting this Syndra quite far down between worlds, comes through there. And the ult from Syndra doesn't put her down, and she gets to live here. Now Graves is in a bad situation, goes to death there as well, and it's a 1-for-1 trade. The problem is that the Drake went over to the red team as well, so they are extending their lead a bit. Well, not really extending because it did collapse a bit in between as well. So we're about a 600 gold lead for the red team right now. 5-4 in favor of red. And that's going to be another option to go around here. And this is not a good situation to be in if you are the blue team right now. You're getting pressured out quite a bit. The Sivir has 2 kills. Zeri has 0 participation in anything. So that's going to be kind of a part of the issue right now. Senna and Liver are pushing out this lane. There's not really much you can do if you are the Zeri right now. You just kind of have to eat what's going on right now. Looks like that's going to keep on going right now. How this is going to develop out of this one. Yorick is zoning off the Garen. Garen goes on top of their Void Grubs are done once again by the Shaco here. They get on top of their Syndra's there as well. Gets a good stun out of there. Garen does finish off Yorick, but gets taken down. They did want to give Yorick probably a bit of a breathing room, and that cost him. Senna takes a tower takes a bit of damage there, but not enough to really push this one further here. And still it's not looking good here. There goes the Zerial. Was not really a wise choice to be there, but it did go out there, try to claim the Senna there. But it was not enough. So right now, Anivia's going on top of the Senna. Senna does die there, and Shaco can't claim the Anivia. That's a bit of another situation here. Oh, there's kind of a bit of something about that one. Graves trying to claim that one. The Scuttle's regenning already off of that one. There's a weird fight about the Scuttle Crab. That's the death for Graves. I don't know why you would go for that one. Aurora gets caught out as well in the whole situation. And I'm not too sure right now. The Garen is kind of going around this one, going in there, trying to get some slaps in there. And the ghouls put the Garen down without any fail. They picks up the Storm Race. Aurora has to take Rocket Belt. Then I picked up the Black Cleaver. Archangel Staff for the Anivia. Really shows that she's not even considering going in the direction of support. I mean, the Archangel Staff is kind of what you build most of the times as an Anivia. It just doesn't feel right. The red team pick up the first turret there. Garen picks up the Strike Breaker as well. So quite a bit of something. So most of the players now have their first item if we look at the situation completely here. We got Strike Breaker on the Garen while there's only plated steel caps on the Yorick, but that doesn't really matter to the Yorick because he's looking good. We got the Hubris on the Garen while the Shaco has the Leandris going AP. Felt like it was more of an AD Shaco play most of the time, but it is actually an AP one, which did surprise me during the game as well. Black Cleaver is now picked up by the Yorick as well, so that's something. Meanwhile, Rocket Belt onto the Aurora and the... Ooh, however, there's... Now the Garen is trapped out there. Flashes over the wall. They're trying to get some spin hits into this one. But Aurora comes in from the side. No opportunity for this Yorick to move away. And Graves picks up the kill, actually, here. Got a bit of damage there. Not enough to put down the Senna. She survives. The In Between Worlds comes out there by the Aurora. Doing a lot of damage onto the Sidra, but not enough there. The egg comes out of their Sivir. He's holding on as much as he can. Zeri gets caught out there. Bad flash there from the Zeri and just goes down. Anivia does get the Senna, but does nothing else. Goes down to the Sivir. So a horribly bad flash from Zeri cost her life. Should have been in the other direction, the flash. And that opens up another Drake for the red team right now. And the lead has ballooned quite a bit. It's about a 2,900 gold lead right now. So almost 3,000, but the blue team are catching up quite a bit. Oh, there's Anivia getting caught out once again. Senna's looking for some more. Gets one more hit and gets the Anivia down once again. Sivir picks up the Flicker Blade, so that's going to be a big part about that one. This Drake is probably not being contested. And kills on completely. And there goes another fight there completely. There is the Seri ult as well. Just put some damage in there, but not really enough to really take any threats out of this. And Shaco's in the back line almost there. And Graves just shot that thing against the wall. Aurora might have a chance to get out of here completely. And there's a trap on top of the Graves who gets poked out completely there. And that is that one going off here completely right now. Zeri is pretty low, has to be very careful about the situation completely here. Shaco could jump over the wall, get on top of the Zeri. Nivea gets caught out once again. Aurora goes for the blood shot and gets a kill there. Zeri is pretty low. Takes a bit of damage there, goes over the wall, and Shaco and Yorick put the Zeri down there. Was not careful enough there. So right now we're closing in on the 7,000 gold lead for this red team right now, looking to get something in there. And that is going to be pretty nicely done here. All is going on there. Oh, good stun there from the Syndra on both of them, but really it works out the way it's supposed to be for this red team right now. They're extending their lead. Shaco is doing the buff, but not really much about that one. Shaco goes in for the ult there. Zeri comes around there trying to help as much out as you can, really. Graves is just getting caught out once again there. Tries to find a way out of this one. But not really much of a play here. Backs away. Gets hit by the Shiv and taken out. And you're trying to find a way out of this one. There is the Aurora coming in there. Has the damage there to put down the Syndra, but that's going to cost them the Nivea there. So a bit of something there. York is getting caught out quite a bit there. He is looking to hold on. There is the Senna ult as well. York is still not in a great position here. Then now comes in there. York could become a bit of a danger here. We're looking at the Garen trying to dive. The Sivir there goes for the Demacian Justice, but that was into the spell shield, and that actually wins Sivir the fight completely there. What the hell is that one? Senna kills off this area as well, and that is another kill. That should be the Rift Herald for this red team once again going on there. About more than 7,000 gold lead is already happening. TP's going to come in there. Aurora tries to find a way out of this one completely. However, it is still not looking too graciously here right now. Good stun on top of the Graves, and he is just gone here. Nivea just trying to firm up, which does show once again my theory that the Nivea doesn't really feel like she's a support player in the case. He does show this a few times in this game, I felt like, but this one is pretty heavy on that point. Going for farm. I mean, it's support when you have the room you want to farm, but at the same time, it just doesn't feel like it's going too well for the squad with everything. The blue team are trying to pull out what they can right now, but there's not much about it as well. Quite a bit of something. Garen gets caught out once again, put into a lot of damage. He doesn't even use the flash, but can't get more on top of that one. And that is a game over here. And once again, you can see how this play is developing in favor of the red team. Once again, they pick off the Sivir. Grace is pretty low there. Sivir just hits the autos there and takes him out as well. So it's a bit of an awkward situation completely about it. And gonna keep on rolling with this one pretty much here. Right now, they're going to push in that turret and no opportunity whatsoever. Sivir is going to tank even the turret damage there, so nothing about it really. And that is going to be a runaway. Gets caught into a bad position here. Does get caught out completely by the Anivia once again. As I said, kind of the Anivia feels like a player who wants to get everything you can, really. Not much to play around your own teammates here. And the price is being paid a lot right now. Oh, that's going to be now that going up. Syndra picks up the Shadow Flame. It's a good opportunity for her to do that when Aurora tries to put some damage on top of the Shaco, but has not hit anything. Static Shift now for the Senna. Good pickup for her there as well. She's already got 2 items now. Yuntal's Wild Arrows. A bit late, I feel like, for Sivir build, but when you get far ahead, probably you could do that one. I would have said probably instead of the Wild Arrows, going for the Infinity Edge would have been the easier choice. Garen trying to stand on top of that when Graves comes around as well, so they get on top of the Yorick. Yorick's taking quite a bit of damage there. Turns a bit onto the Graves there, no opportunity there. The Maiden is putting a lot of damage onto top of this Graves, and he has to just take it. Ignite goes out onto the Yorick as well. There's the Demacian Justice, and that's it. Right now, Aurora gets caught out as well, down to another life once again. And I don't know what to really think about this one. The team is not in a good position right now. We do see the Graves and the Garen pushing the top side. Have to be careful. There is a wraparound coming from the Syndra, and the Senna gets a stun on top of the Graves, and he's just a goner. Garen has to now try to see if he can sustain something out of it. Senna is pretty quick on there. Gets a root up there. Strikebreaker used as well. Quite a bit of damage put onto the Garen. Garen's still up there. There's one another bounce, and Senna gets another kill. And with that, 2 are down again. Garen picks up now the Phantom Dance. I'm not too sure you should do that in this situation. I know that a lot of Garen's kind of go for this build, but at the same time, maybe going a bit more tanky with whatever is happening in this game would be the wiser choice. But alas, the Garen decided this one. Right now, Shaco just clearing out, and you can see really we're 28-13 and about 22-20. And the lead is 10,000 gold. There's a lot of damage there. Senna goes down to the Between the Worlds and the E of Aurora. But as I said, this is right now a bit of a drop in the desert, which you can really see in the gold. It did move out of the, what do you call it, the 10k gold difference, but still at the same point, it's just not looking too good. And once again, there's quite a bit of pressure being put on top of the ghouls going for him. Shadow Flame now picked up by the Aurora as well, so both mid laners did pick up that item as the second one. But maybe we have a moment of reprise to talk about the item. So, as they said, the Garen has Stridebreaker and the Phantom Dancer and the Berserker Greaves, which, as I said, kind of maybe not the wisest choice right now. We got on the Yorick, we got the Spear of Shoji, the Black Cleaver, the Plated Steel Caps. He knows what he's doing about this one. Graves has the Hubris and the Plated Steel Caps and nothing else, which is a brave decision to go for Plated with the Shaco and the Syndra being such a danger there. However, Garen gets caught out once again. They're in a bad situation there. A lot is going on here. Senna is surviving that one, but no, the Demacian Justice puts him down there. And that's another one going through. And right now, we do see this game kind of developing in a bad situation here for this blue team further and further out of this one. But now Graves has picked up the Collector, so that's something. So Hubris and Collector now. And Eva goes into egg form. Shaco's almost down there, and Graves picks up that kill. And Evie is in a bad spot right now, but she kind of forced herself onto that one. Shaco does have the Leandris and the Malignance. Ult comes in there. Garen bites the dust. Fear comes out of there. Graves gets caught out completely by that play there as well. Don't know why you would push in there when you know that there are others there. It is what it is. Then we have Aurora with the Shadow Flame and the Rocket Belt, as well as the Lucidity Boots tier 3. What their name is, Crimson Ludicity. And now we have a lot more going on there. Good stun onto the Syndra, but not really much being done about that one. Aurora does put her down though, so this could be actually an opportunity to play something out of here. It's a bad play. Oh, there goes the Sivir as well. Aurora's now having a run right now. You play this one out as further as you want to do. Triple kill for the Aurora as well. And that puts her in a great position right now. We do have the Zeri with only the Storm Razor and the Gluttonous Greaves, while the Sivir has the Yuntals, the Static Shift, the Flicker Blade, and the Berserker Greaves. Roadon's Death Cap picked up by the Aurora as well. We do see Anivia has the Leandries and the Seraphs to embrace, as well as Sorcerer Boots. While the Senna has the Black Cleaver, the Static Shiv. Going for the next item probably would be, I guess, the Rapid Fire Cannon right now, and the Swiftness Boots. Oh, Anivia gets caught out once again. There's the Shake Up there. Goes into the wall, but however, this is not the play. Root up on top of it. Oh, Anivia is putting some damage on top of that one. Does get feared as well there. Nico comes in there, overextended a bit the luck there, and does go down there. Sivir fights off the Seri. Seri doesn't really have the damage to fight the Sivir. Sivir did flash there, so that's an opportunity to play around there. Garen comes in from the side and gets on top of her and takes her out there. Syndra and Oz picked up the Rabadons as well. Senna went for the Rapid Fire Cannon, I was guessing he would go for. And with that, we're 22 to 31. Drake is up on the board right now. Yorick is close by, so this could become a very dangerous situation early on here. Yorick comes in there, tries to fight off. Syndra gets a good stun on top of the Yorick. Right now the situation is still developing as much as you really want to see here. A lot of opportunity is being put into this place. The Drake is pretty low already. However, Garen comes in there, gets on top of that one. There's the pickup here. Yorick survives the domestic justice and answers completely. The maiden is doing some damage on top of this Graves, and he is dropped about to under a half. It's quarter actually. Now the ghouls are coming in as well. Slapped him down. That's another death here. Yorick is trying to hold on as much as he can, and Eva does get the stun off there. Zeri picks up the kill. Has to find a way out of there, but no opportunity, and Senna puts Zeri down there. Oh, and Aurora jumps on top of the Syndra once again, and Evia is overextending herself pretty badly there. Gets quite nicely hit there. Senna is putting some damage on top of that one. Root misses there. Still not enough there. Shaco comes in with the Shiv and puts her down. With that, Aurora is the sole survivor right now. She has to figure out how to stop everything bouncing around right now. She was pushing in the inhibitor turret, which is honestly the best play you can really do right now. Realized Crystal and Scepter picked up for the Anivia. As I said, I'm not too sure that the Anivia is really a person who wants to play support. Just kind of get put into that place right now. Garen tries to find a way out of this one, however. Aurora removes her welcome there and almost dies to the Shaco there, but does manage to get away there first step. And with that, the red team once again have their 10 gold lead right now. Garen died to the Shaco there. I don't even know what happened there, really. And that means EP is going to come in. That's going to be the Yorick coming in there. So there's an opportunity to do something. A bit too early there, the stun. But Yorick has lost a lot of HP to that TP already. So this could be actually a big opportunity for the blue team to answer completely there. Shaco does survive this one barely though. Meanwhile, Syndra is pushing in the mid tower. So that's something to keep an eye out for really right now. Yorick does get on top of there. It takes out one of the Nexus turrets as well, so this is going to be a big issue right now. Syndra is pushing as much as he can. Aurora looking for an opportunity to get something out of this one. Does get a good hit there and puts her down as well, so all is looking okayish right now. Still a 10 kill lead for the red team with 36. And about a bit more than 5,000 gold lead for the red team as well, so that's going to be a big part about this one. And it's not looking too good. The Shaco is just vibing on the side. They're completely fine with everything here. Garen runs into the first one, gets hit up there, flashes into the next one, is not looking good there. Barely survives this one. Shaco's probably disappointed actually with all that fun. Didn't really put a finish onto this one. Syndra's pushing in the turret right now. Or extended herself quite a bit there honestly. And Graves picks up the kill. The inhibitor does fall on the bot side right now, so that's going to be an interesting further movement here. Unfortunately, the E of Aurora misses there. In between worlds goes through there, kills off that, and she does move into the wall accidentally. Graves now picks up Lord Dominic's regard. However, it's still not looking ideal for this blue team there. They're slowly finding some pickoffs and moving into fights that you could maybe win. Problem is, the red team do have quite a big lead, and if you look at the gold difference, you see this lead further moving away right now. It's a 2,000 gold for the Sivir, while the Shaco has about 1,000 gold lead. The Yorick has about 1,000 gold lead. 2,000 gold on the bot lane on each. Right now, that's an important thing to point out. The Anivia has not been looking good in this game either. And Graves is not looking ideal as well with 5, 11, and 5. Not really a player you want to have in your team in most games, to be honest. Mountain Drake's going to spawn. I'm not even sure the Mountain Drake will be a decider for whatever's going to happen in the game with how everything's moving around right now. However, there's still a lot of options going around here. And Garen is a bit far forward. Maiden has been called into play here, but not taken advantage of whatsoever here. The blue team are still considering how they want to play this one out. Graves goes a bit on top of the Yorick, does get jumped there by the ghouls. Lost quite a bit of HP there, has to be careful about that, but still dropping pretty low here. There just went into the enemy team there, takes the Syndra ult, goes down there. Aurora tries to go invisible and get out of there, takes quite a bit of damage already there. And now Anivia is the next one on the chopping block and is going to go down, no questions asked whatsoever. So now the red team are looking for an opportunity to get into this one. And there goes Aurora as well, so this is going to be a very rough situation now. Aurora went down there. It's only, right now, Zeri versus the world. I don't know really if you can do much as the Zeri here in this game right now. Stun tries to go out there, but does not hit the Zeri. Zeri does pick up one kill. Not really sure how much more the Zeri can really pick up without any issues, and that's going to be the biggest question we have right now. A lot of damage is being thrown out of here, but unfortunately there's not enough there. The ghouls put the Zeri down. Nexus explodes. GG, the red team win 41-29. And I lose quite a bit of LP. But that happens. So, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want to. Goodbye and good night.